How President Obama supports Palestinian terrorism. Now, I'm not saying he's doing it inadvertently, although it quite possibly is. After that speech he just gave, and I want to identify some of the principal components of it, and then show you other ways in which he's clearly supporting terrorism. This speech was a radical departure from previous U.S. policy and seriously undermines Israel's negotiating position. But that's not even the worst element of it. It's his endorsement of what was supposedly this moderate Palestinian leader, Abbas, which is his real goal, which is not a Palestinian state, but a Palestine state at war with Israel. Because Obama said he recognizes that all these requirements he's asking Israel to do would not solve any problems. In other words, Israel should fully withdraw to the 67 lines and not get peace in exchange. Having done so, Israel will be left with no bargaining chips. There'll be absolutely no incentive for Palestinians to bargain for anything. He didn't even promise that America would back Israel on these issues. He adopted the Palestinian position, didn't accept a single Israeli position in the speech. He didn't even insist that the new Fatah-Hamas government accepted the quartet's conditions recognizing Israel renounced terror and honoring previous Israeli-Palestinian agreements. His speech destroyed any prospect of Israeli-Palestinian peace ever being achieved. Not only that, but it goes much further. He endorses terrorism. How? By suggesting that Israel should negotiate even with Abbas, let alone Hamas, which is a known terrorist group on the United States lists, and says openly they want to destroy Israel. It's just been found out that the Palestinian Authority is actually paying salaries of the terrorists who are in Israeli jails. And the longer they're serving for the worst crimes, the more money they get from the Palestinian Authority. They're paying the salaries of the terrorists. Besides the fact that whenever a suicide bomber kills innocent Israelis, they honor them with naming some square after them. They've just made a deal to go to bed with Hamas, this terrorist group. On their maps, they don't have any indication that Israel exists. They're not explicitly saying Israel exists. It's so clear that even Abbas and the group he represents is a terrorist organization trying to undermine Israeli authority. So I think, Mr. President, even if it's inadvertent, which I don't think it is, you are supporting terrorism. You are undermining the survival of the only democracy in the Middle East, and thereby democracies everywhere in the world. You think by trying to appease these thugs, these murderers, these barbarians, that you're going to bring more peace to the world? It's Neville Chamberlain and Hitler all over again. You are undermining America's strategic position. And I think Americans, now he's not going to change. This is him. It's up to the rest of the Americans to throw this guy out and restore America to a position of strength and supporting the only democracy in the Middle East.